Hello, I'm the head scout for the Golden State Warriors. I want you to know that we're strongly considering you based on your performance tonight with our first-round pick, 11th overall. We'd like to get to know you a little better before committing to you. I'm sure you understand. We have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. We feel like we already have some great young guards on our roster in Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
Look, I'm not really a fit with your current roster. You guys already have some nice guards, guys that would cut into my playing time. I'd rather go to a place where my talents would be best used, and I'm sorry, but that's just not with the Warriors.
Let's see. One more question, if you don't mind. This team has a lot of momentum right now. We went through a rough stretch and had some recent draft picks that didn't work out. With guys like Monte, Stephen Curry, and David Lee, we really feel like we're on the up and up. We like what we've seen out of you, but how do you see yourself fitting in with the team?
Well, I think of myself really highly, and I know this is going to come off as incredibly arrogant, but I will immediately become the best player on the team if you draft me. I don't have an ego, I don't have an attitude problem, I don't have personal issues. I'm just extremely confident in my game and what I can do for this team. So, are you interested?
Thanks for your time. It was a little disappointing, to be honest, but I appreciate you being upfront with us. I know you just got done playing and probably want to catch a shower, so I'll keep this brief. I'm with the Bobcats, and we're picking 9th in the upcoming draft. We love what we saw in you tonight and want to ask you some questions to see how well you would fit in with us. Question number 1. I feel like we have our point guard of the future in DJ Augustin, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to DJ?
Man, I like DJ's game a lot, I really do. Ultimately, I think I'm going to be a much better pro than he is. I've got the physicals, I've got the smarts, and I've got the killer instinct necessary to take over a game. That being said, I'm not really interested in coming to Charlotte and having to fight for a starting role. I'm just a better player than that.
Next question. As a younger team, I feel like we have a lot of opportunities for you. I'm here to tell you that you have a chance to be our franchise centerpiece if you put in the work. How many other teams can offer you that? That being said, we still have a couple of years ahead of us where we're going to be acquiring young talent and assets. We might struggle a bit in those years. Are you going to be able to remain focused during the rebuilding years?
I'll keep this short and sweet. All I do is win, but I don't really see that opportunity right now in Charlotte. Sorry, I'm just not interested in losing.
I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. Best of luck to you in the draft.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. As a point guard, we really feel like we can offer you something amazing, something no other team in the NBA can offer. With Steve Nash's career winding down, you have the chance to play behind and learn from one of the greatest point guards to ever put on a uniform. Once Steve decides to hang it up and you've learned everything you can from him, the starting point guard spot is yours. How can you say no to that?
No disrespect at all to Nash. The man is a living legend, but I want to make my own tracks in this league and not follow someone like him. I just don't have any interest in living in the shadow of Steve Nash. I hope you know it's nothing personal, man.
All right then, one more. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
Honestly, no thanks. I'm looking to come into this league and win right away. I want rings, titles. I feel like your franchise has a long road to recovery before it's ready to compete again. And I'm just not willing to give the time to wait that out.
Well, I can see that we are not a match, unfortunately. Good luck to you on draft night.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight marks the realization of a dream for the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. For those of you watching on television in more than 200 countries and territories, and of course to all of our wonderful fans right here, thank you for joining us. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started. With the first pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Doug Martin from the University of Michigan. With the second pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cliff Davis from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Derek Gibson from the University of Tennessee. With the fourth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Larry Douglas from the University of Florida. With the fifth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Nick Brown from Boston College. With the sixth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Brad Mason from DePaul University. With the seventh pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Raymond Rice from the University of Illinois. With the eighth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Aaron Dixon from the University of Kansas. With the ninth pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Eric Anderson from Louisiana State University. With the 10th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Sam Park from the University of Minnesota. With the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select George Turner from the University of Oklahoma. With the 12th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Ricky Reed from Purdue University. With the 13th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Dennis Jones from Stanford University. With the 14th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Sean Richardson from Tulane University. With the 15th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Lee McDaniel from the University of Oregon. With the 16th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Arthur Williams from the University of Nebraska. With the 17th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Chuck Daniels from the University of Notre Dame. With the 18th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jay Walters from Duke University. With the 19th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Adrian Hill from LaSalle University. With the 20th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Joe Patterson from Kansas State University. With the 21st pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Jason Mills from the University of Kentucky. With the 22nd pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Alan Smith from Georgia Tech. With the 23rd pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select the 19-year-old point guard from Florida State University.